Hello and welcome to the another tutorial of this Blockzie module. Here we make your coding journey easy and fun. Previously we have seen in Blockzie tutorial in the beginning part that what is block coding and how one can use block coding to create simple yet creative stories, interesting animations and different advanced games. In the middle part of this Blogsy session, we have seen that how one can control and also program the programmable devices like microcontrollers, and using this simple block coding one can create different projects like like using ultrasonic projects, and also different kinds of line following robots which requires IR sensor and different kinds of microcontrollers. But now as we know that each and every day technology is advancing itself, hence now in today's world we are living in the era that where artificial intelligence and machine learning is growing day by day. The microcontrollers or the programmable devices are now advanced. Also there are so many different devices and so many different technologies are evolving day to day, hence we need to advance our blogsy also. Hence we have advanced and added some extensions related to ML in blogsy also. So this particular tutorial is based on the ML's advanced extension and the latest technology which we are seeing around us today. So this particular tutorial is dedicated for the advanced extension in Blockzy which are ML related. So here we are going to see different extension which are there in Blockzy related to machine learning. So the table of content for this particular tutorial is divided into four different parts. In the first part, we are going to see what is machine learning. In the second part of this tutorial, we are going to see applications and the future of machine learning. In the third section, we are going to see different AI related and ML related blocks in Blockzy. And in the fourth and the last part, we are going to see one extension which is face mesh to scratch. So let us now begin our tutorial with the very first session or very first part of this tutorial, which is what is machine learning. Now, machine learning and artificial intelligence is everywhere. Hence, we really need to know what is machine learning and what is artificial intelligence. So, by adding the ML and AI related blocks into block coding allows one to know more about ML and AI in the easiest way. So, as we already know that machine learning is like teaching computers to learn from examples. Instead of giving them explicit instruction, you show them some patterns in data and they figure out how to make predictions or decisions on their own. It's like training a dog by showing it pictures of different breeds, and over the time, it learns to recognize new breeds. So, with machine learning, you show the computer lots of pictures of, for example, apples and bananas. Then the algorithm learns patterns on its own, like the color and shape of each fruit. Once trained, you can give it a new picture and it will make a prediction based on what it learned. So, it's like teaching the computer to recognize some kind of pattern by showing it many examples rather than giving it strict rules. So, machine learning is the branch of artificial intelligence that enables computers to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. So, it involves training algorithms with data, allowing them to identify patterns, make predictions, and automate decision making processes. Now, the machine learning has application in so many various fields, including healthcare, finance, marketing, and more. These are revolutionizing the way we solve the complex problems and make informed decisions. So, this is the betterment for human, and this technology is evolving day to day in our day to day life. So the machine learning process is somewhat similar to given into this picture. First it has training data, then after algorithms, then after it learns, then it trained modules or trained model, and then you will have some results. So now we are going to see three main types of machine learning. As you can see in the image, we have three main types of machine learning, and these are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Now, this supervised learning, in this type, the algorithm is trained on a labeled data set where the input data is paired with corresponding output labels. Now, the goal is to learn a mapping from inputs to outputs, allowing the algorithm to make some predictions or classifications on new unseen data. Means this supervised learning has two further types, which are one classification and regression. For example, fraud detection. If you want to classify some image, or customer retention or diagnostic related. After that, in regression you have forecasting, predictions, process optimization, and new insights. Whereas in unsupervised learning, here the algorithm is given unlabeled data and has to find patterns and structure on its own. Clustering and dimensionality reduction are more common tasks in unsupervised learning, where the algorithm discovers hidden relationships or groupings within the data. Hence, you can see in unsupervised learning, we have dimensionality reduction and clustering. These are the two main types onto which they start forming, or they start algorithming and discover the hidden relationships and groups within the given data. So in the dimensionality reduction, they have main feature elicitation, structure discovery, meaningful compression, and big data visualization. Whereas in clustering, they have the recommended systems, targeted marketing, and customer segmentation. Now, moving on to our third main type, which is the reinforcement learning. Now, in this type, it involves an agent learning to make decisions by interacting with an environment. The agent receives feedback in the form of rewards or, say, penalty, guiding it to improve its decision making over time. It's like teaching through trial and error, where the algorithm learns from its experiences. So here the algorithms learns from its own experiences. For example, real-time decisions, game AI, learning tasks, skill acquisitions, and robot navigation. So these are the main three types of machine learning. Now let us see how does the machine learning works initially. So in the working of this machine learning, we have labeled different data, means labels. In it we have squares, hexagons, and triangles. After that, there is a function of model training. After training the model, it will predict, and in final they will give result. So, while collecting the data, it first gather a data set that represent the problem you want the machine learning model to solve. For instance, if you are teaching a model to recognize cat, then you would collect the image of cat. So, what problem you want to solve, first gather the data related to that problem. After is the processing part. So, in the data processing part, clean and prepare the data, ensuring it's in a format suitable for the chosen machine learning algorithm. Now, this may involve tasks like normalization, handling missing values, or converting text into a numerical format. After that is model selection, that which model you want to choose. So choose a machine learning model that fits your problem very well. For example, for image recognition, a CNN might be suitable. If you want image recognition, your problem is image recognition type, then you can use the CNN which is suitable to it. Now, talking about the model training, so feed the model with the label training data, allowing it to learn the patterns and relationships between the inputs and outputs. The model adjusts its parameter to minimize the difference between its prediction and the actual label. So that is how the model is going to train. After that, it will be a evolution phase, and after prediction or interface. So once trained, the model can make predictions or decision on new and unseen data. It applies the learned patterns to provide output, whether it's classifying an image, predicting stock price, or translating text. It can be any, depending on to the problem you wanted to solve. So now let us see the applications and future of ML. So we have until now seen what is machine learning. Now we will see what are the application areas of machine learning and where the future holds for this machine learning. So we will briefly now talk about the applications of machine learning. As in the image shown on the screen, you can see that the application area of this machine learning is so vast. For example, automatic language translation, medical diagnostics, stock market, online fraud detection, if you want virtual personal assistant, if you want email spam and malware filtering, self driving cars or autonomous vehicles, product recommendations, traffic predictions, speech recognition, and image recognition. These are the areas where machine learning can be helpful or applied. For example, in image recognition, machine learning is applied, allowing the system to automatically identify and categorize objects in images, such as classifying whether a picture contains a cat or dog. Similarly, for recommendation systems, the machine learning is used in the recommendation system, like those employed by streaming services, to suggest movies or music based on a user's preferences and viewing history, as we see now day to day in our browsing also, that we generally have that recommendations when we visit one site, or we visit a thing on YouTube, or we just go and search for something, then next time we will have a suggestion of that particular item when we browse the site. So that is the recommendation system. After that is fraud detection. So in finance, the machine learning helps detect fraudulent transactions by analyzing patterns and anomalies in large data sets, enhancing the security of online transactions. So it is very helpful in order to detect the fraud. In case of language translation, such as Google Translate, by learning it works by learning patterns in language data to accurately translate the text between different languages. So it is also very useful, and nowadays we use it quite a lot. In the healthcare diagnostic field, the machine learning is applied by using algorithms to analyze medical images like X-rays or MRIs to assist in identifying diseases, or you can say the abnormalities. Whereas in the field of autonomous vehicle, or you can say the self-driving cars, in this industry, machine learning enables autonomous vehicles to navigate and make real time decisions by learning from various sensors and data inputs, enhancing safety on the roads. In order to make a virtual personal assistant, like you can say Siri or Alexa, they utilize machine learning to understand and respond to natural language queries, providing personalized and context aware assistance. As we already know that Siri and Alexa has this feature of virtual assistance, so they uses machine learning. So these are the application areas of machine learning. Now let us see the future of machine learning. Now the future of machine learning holds great promise. For example, ML is expected to continue advancing and transforming various industries, and some of them are as under, for example, increased automation. So the machine learning will automate the repetitive task, leading to increased efficiency and productivity across so many sectors, for example in healthcare, finance, manufacturing and more. So the manufacturing is going to be benefited by machine learning is very much high, on very much high scale, because in the manufacturing there are so many repetitive tasks, and using ML the manufacturing industry can benefit it more. The second is enhanced personalization. Now, using different machine learning algorithms, it will be enabled personalized experience in areas such as marketing or e-commerce sites and entertainment, tailoring recommendations and content to individual preferences. Now, this kind of enhanced personalizations are nowadays are already there, that whichever show you watched or searched for, you can easily get recommended about the same show or the related show the very next time you open that site. So this is going to be helpful when it is about to personalize some experience. After that is improved healthcare. Now machine learning will contribute to better disease diagnosis, such as drug discovery and personalized medicine, then leading to more effective treatments and improved patient outcomes. So this is going to be very helpful in near future, that we use machine learning for improved healthcare. Well, in smart cities, the ML will play a crucial role in creating smart cities by optimizing resources allocations, improving transportation system and enhancing public safety. And last is ethical consideration. Means as ML becomes more prevalent, there will be a growing focus on addressing ethical concerns such as bias in algorithm, privacy protection, and transparency in decision making. So these are the future of ML. Now let's move forward with the third part of this tutorial, which is integrating the AI and ML related blocks in Blockzie. So how to integrate or how to add the extensions which are AI and ML related. So here we are integrating the AI related blocks in Blockzie programming, because the AI has becoming increasingly popular as it allows users to incorporate the artificial intelligence functionalities into their project. Hence it is necessary and it is very useful extensions when we are talking about the advanced and interactive projects. So now this integration enables users to create more interactive and more valuable and intelligent applications using Blockzie. Now as we know that Blockzie is a visual programming language which is widely used for educational purpose. So this artificial intelligence is rapidly growing field with various applications in our day-to-day life also. Hence, integrating the blocks which are related to AI in Blockzy helps young learners to understand the concepts and principles of this emerging technology very easily. Now, AI integration enhances creativity, critical thinking skills, also program solving abilities, and computational thinkings in learners. So, it is very helpful when we talk about AI and ML related blocks integration in Blockzy. So, one can add the AI and ML related blocks in Blockzy using the choose a extension option. So, to make your project more futuristic and more advanced, we require this kind of blocks in Blocksy. Hence, you can add the blocks related to this field by clicking onto this button, one button which is provided for extension. Now, these are the four extensions which are there in Blocksy and which are added as a extension and as a futuristic scope of advanced technologies. So these four extensions are named as face mesh to scratch, Team to Scratch, KNN algorithm, and Face API. So these are the four extensions which are there in Blockzie. Now we will see the step-by-step process to add the extensions in Blockzie. So first, in order to add this extension, you need to open the Blockzie software. So first open the Blockzie software and go to this particular button. Here you can see in the left most bottom corner the add extension option. Click onto this particular icon and you will have a page like choose an extension. So this is a page which you have onto your screen. Once you click on this add extension, from this you can choose the different extensions. Now this page have this for latest AI and ML related extensions. So you can choose any, and as soon as you choose one of them, you will have the different blocks available under that category of selected extension under this 9 existing categories in block programming palette. For example, if you click or want to add face mesh related blocks into your programming, click onto this face mesh option and you will have blocks related to this category in this section. If you want TM to Scratch block, then click onto this and you will have the blocks related to this category here. If you want KNN algorithm extension, then click onto it and you will have that particular blocks of this category. If you want face API, then click onto this and you will have the blocks related to face API extension. Now, learning about each extensions in detail, the first is the face mesh to scratch extension. Now this face mesh to scratch means it is one of the AI related block extension which is there to detect, or you can say the analyze different kinds of facial features. Now this extension is very innovative extension which integrates face mesh model, which is also a cutting edge technology for locating the facial landmark detections in Blockzie. Now, this model uses machine learning algorithms to identify and track key points on one person's face. Means on your onto your face to track and identify different key points. You can use this face mesh model, which uses machine learning algorithms such as the eyes or nose or mouth. Now, the key feature of this face mesh to scratch extension is real time face tracking, or you can say facial expression recognition. When you want to recognize the expression of face, then you can use this extension. If you want to detect the gesture, then for gesture detection this is the suitable extension. And if you want easy integrating, then you can also use this extension. So now we will see the application area of this particular extension, that using this extension what you can make. So you can make interactive games, some educational applications also. If you are fond of arts and animation, so you can add and make add these blocks and make so many interactive animations and creative arts. Also, to have a virtual experiences, you can add this extension to add the scope of Blockzy and also of your project. The next into line is Team to Scratch extension. Now this particular extension is one that integrates the teachable machine model, means a self of the state of the art machine learning technology within this Blockzy software. Now this teachable machine model allows user to train their own machine learning models without writing any code, means making it accessible to user of all skill levels. Now using this particular extension, user can incorporate this trained model into their projects. Means first they need to train or make some teachable machine models, and after training their own machine learning models they can incorporate these models into their project, enabling them to recognize or respond to a specific input such as gestures or some sound or some typical image. So the key feature about this particular extension is to custom model training or real-time recognition and easy integrating are the key features of this team to scratch extension. Now let us discuss the application where you can use this extension. To classify the image, you can use this extension. If you want to recognize some particular sound or any sound, you can use this extension to sound recognition purpose. And after that is custom interaction, you can use this extension also. Now talking about KNN algorithms extension, now particularly the KNN means K nearest neighbor is a simple and intuitive machine learning algorithm used for both classification and regression task. So this is the name of KNN, which is K nearest neighbor. Now it works by finding the K nearest data point in a training data set to a given input. Means you have given an input and it will find its K nearest data points in the given training data set and making prediction based on the majority class or average value of those nearest points or nearest neighbors. By integrating this KNN algorithm into Blockzie, the KNN algorithm extension this allows the user to create project that can classify and make predictions based on data. Means whenever you are talking about classification or you need to classify something, you can use this extension, and also sometimes you can make predictions based on some data. So in KNN what happens, it has its training module. So first the algorithm memorizes the entire training data set, then after it predicts. Means when making a prediction for a new data point, it finds the k nearest data points in the training set based on some distance metric. And after that is classification. So for classification task, the majority class among the k neighbors determine the class of the new data point. Whereas in regression, the algorithm computes the average, or you can say another aggregation of the target values of the k nearest neighbor to predict the target value of the new point. So this KNN works something like this. So the key features about this KNN algorithm is classification, regression, and customizable parameters. So you can make object recognition, handwriting recognition, or predictive modeling using this KNN algorithm. The next up, or you can say the last extension under this AI or ML related extension is face API extension. Now first, this face API is typically refers to facial recognition software, or you can say the application programming interface that allows developer to integrate facial analysis capabilities into their applications. These tools often provide features such as facial detection, facial landmark detection, emotion recognition, and age estimation. Now, the developers can use the Face API to enhance various applications, including security system, photo editing apps, and augmented reality experiences. Now, this Face API technology uses advanced algorithms to detect and analyze face and image or videos streams, providing valuable information about facial expression, emotion, and more in real time. So, the key feature about this Face API extensions are face detection, facial expression analysis, and emotion recognition. So using this particular face API extension, you can make age and gender estimation related applications, virtual filters and effects, and facial landmark detection. So these are the usage area of this face API extension. After discussing four different AI ML related blocks or extension in Blockzy, now let us see one extension which is face mesh to scratch. So here we are going to see detailed information about face mesh to scratch extension. Now, this face mesh to scratch extension is one of the four extensions provided in Blockzie related to AI and ML. Now, this face mesh to scratch extension is a technique which is used in computer vision and image processing to create a kind of 3D representation of a person's face. Now, it involves identifying specific points, or you can say key points on the face, such as corners of eyes or nose or mouth, and they use them to construct mesh or grid that represent the shape or the structure of the face of some person. As you can see here, this face mesh to scratch, when you enable or when you add this extension, you will have this six different blocks under this face mesh to scratch category. Now this category has in total six blocks. Out of them, three are reporter type of blocks, whereas the next three, or you can say the last three blocks, are stake type of blocks. Now let us quickly make up one project using face tracking, using face mesh to scratch extension. Now this face tracking project has different sprites and we have used some extensions into it. So in order to make this project in Blockzy, you would be requiring a sprite named ball. So open your Blockzy software and into the rightmost bottom corner, go to choose a sprite option, and after scrolling you will be able to find the sprite named ball. Add the sprite into your project. Now go to the leftmost bottom corner onto your left hand side and add the two extensions named as seen in image. First one is face mask to scratch and the another one is pen. So these are the two extensions which we are going to use in this project. So after selecting one sprite and two different extensions, we are going to see the coding for our one and only sprite. Here we have only one sprite as we are going to add a coding for this. Now this particular project is to have face track on your screen. So using this particular project and using this coding, you will be able to track your face on your screen. Means here we are going to use webcam, and using that webcam we will have our face track on our screen, and that face would be there using this extend is this both extension and this sprite. So the coding for this particular sprite is like this. First you need to add one event block named when green flag clicked. After that, we are required to add these blocks, first named label once every 2 seconds. After that, add set size to 5% and then show. After that, we need variable block. Now go to variable block and make one block named person number and use that particular variable block in here that set person number to 1. After that, we need to create clone or yourself, and we need to change the person number by 1. So to make it on repeat, we are using repeat 10 blocks from control category and create clone of myself similarly from control category, and add this change person number by 1. So it will repeat itself for 10 times, and after this needs to hide itself, means this sprite of ball needs to hide itself. So this is for the first time when you are clicking onto green flag. After that is when we have started to create its own clone. So when it start its clone, or when the sprite start as a clone, what it needs to do, so first it needs to count people number. If the person number is equals to 1, then it needs to first erase all. After that, if the person number is less than people count plus 1, means here the people count is the total number of people plus 1. If this count is less than this person number, or is greater than the purpose number, then it needs to draw its own figure on the screen. So we need to display this. So we need one block, which is my block, and this is draw block. So what we need to draw is mentioned here. So here define draw is also a my block, and after that we are giving it command that how we want to draw. So to draw this particular, we are going to we have added that particular pen extension and also a sprite of ball. So we are going to set key point to 1 first. After that, we are going to repeat this block in order to cover all the facial nodes or facial points on a person's face. So for that, we need to go to first X. So X of person number 1 and its key point number to key point. Whereas the y point of that particular sprite is at y of person number, which is over here is our person number again, and key point number is key point. And then we need to stamp, means we need to make it stamp. So the stamp here is to make that on visible screen. So it will stamp itself at this particular point. First it will go to x and y is equals to this, and at that point it will stamp itself, means ball sprite will stamp itself on screen at point x and y defined here, and after that it will change the key point by 1. So it will again go to the another key point, and it will repeat itself again and again and again for 468 times. 468 times it will repeat itself, and that is how a one person's face is going to be projected or is going to be tracked on the screen. So this is the code using face mesh to scratch extension for face tracking. So this is how one can have your output window once you complete the coding for this in Blockzie. And after completing the coding, when you click on the green flag, you will have output window like this. So thank you so much. I hope you find this video helpful. We will see you in the next tutorial.